tripling profits, Nobel nobility, labor legend. These are some of the stories making headlines this week under the Pentastar. Well, riding the success of the Chrysler 300 and the Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Grand Cherokee, Chrysler Group LLC reported preliminary net income of $473 million for the first quarter of 2012. That's up more than 300% from $116 million a year ago. It's driven primarily by its 40% increase in U.S. retail sales. Chrysler Group's U.S. market share rose to 11.2% for the first quarter. That's up from 9.2% a year ago. Well, former Nobel laureates from Lek Valenza to Mikhail Gorbachev to the Dalai Lama all gathered in Chicago at the 2012 Summit of Nobel Laureates, where the Jeep brand was a transportation sponsor. A highlight was the presentation of the 2012 Peace Summit Award to actor Sean Penn for his efforts towards assisting Haiti in the aftermath of a devastating 2010 earthquake. During a speech at the summit, Olivier Francois, Chief Marketing Officer, Chrysler Group LLC, and Fiat Group Automobiles President and Chief Executive Officer, Fiat Brand Worldwide, congratulated Penn and spoke of corporate responsibility for the betterment of the world.
During the 3 days of this conference, we have heard that the cause of advancing peace is a responsibility that does not just fall on governments. The quest for peace has no finish line, and each of us must work for the cause in our own way. For our part, we are humbled to support today the work of men and women who have shaped our modern history.
Several Jeep Wrangler SUVs were donated to Penn's JP Haitian Relief Organization for their initiative. And one of the participants of the World Summit traveled from Chicago to Detroit to visit Chrysler Group assembly line workers. Lek Valenza, the former Polish president and founder of Solidarity, the Soviet bloc's first independent trade union, spoke to the rank and file at the Jefferson North Assembly plant in Detroit. Valenza was greeted by Chrysler Group Chairman and CEO Sergio Marchionne and UAW Vice President and Director of the Chrysler Department, General Holyfield. The Jeep Wrangler has been named the official vehicle of USA Basketball. The Jeep brand formed a global partnership with USA Basketball to support the men's and women's national teams. In a new advertising and marketing campaign beginning next week, Jeep will introduce the special edition model 2012 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Altitude Edition, which will be featured in the campaign. And all four Fiat Group boards of directors were together for the first time in the almost 2 years since the separation of the automotive and industrial sections of the company. The occasion was a special dinner at the Walter P. Chrysler Museum in Auburn Hills, Michigan.
It's been almost 2 years in July of 2010 when we held the first board meeting for Fiat here at the Chrysler Group headquarters. And that occasion marked a historic step for our groups following the approval of the split between the automotive and the capital goods side of the business and the beginning of a new chapter and a new life for both of them. What hasn't changed is our sense of duty, the integrity and the responsibility at the center of how we do business and the commitment to build together something new, better, and enduring that can positively affect more than 260,000 people around the world as well as the community at large.
And those are the top stories this week under the Pentastar. For Chrysler Electronic Communications, I'm Ed Garston reporting.